Hi, everyone. Today is Tuesday, and I will see you on Zoom for religion, and we're going to do one of our Lenten activities together for Holy Week. So I will see you at 10 a.m. today, and I am so proud of you. Keep working so hard. Bye, guys. Welcome back to Math Guys, and all you need this week is your packet, pretty much for the rest of the week, and a pencil. Let me show you what we're going to do today. So we are going to practice our graphing using all three graphs. We're going to use pictures, we're going to use bar graphs, and we're going to use line plots. Okay, so remember all your knowledge. If for whatever reason you're thinking, ooh, I might need to remind myself of what those are, you can go ahead and get out your math book and look at the examples in there. But if you remember, then you do not need to grab your math book. So here's what we're doing. We're doing frequency tables and graphing, which just means that there are tables that have information and we are going to graph it. There are two different ones, so let me show you. But we are going to do animals at the zoo first. That is our priority today. And I will show you kind of why. So if we flip in our math packet, here's what I'm talking about. I even wrote priority for you, animals at the zoo. Priority means that's what you need to do first. If time is up here for favorite seafood because there's actually two sets of data. So I'm going to show you how to make a double bar graph today. So that one's going to be a little trickier, but animals at the zoo. There are some questions. So if you want to start with the questions, you can go ahead and do that. So how many more monkeys are there than giraffes and elephants combined? Woo, that's a lot, which means we need to first find elephants and giraffes, and I need to combine them. So that is 12 plus 8. That's elephants and giraffes. I know that's 20. But then it says how many more monkeys are there? There's 22 monkeys minus the combined. Okay, so that was a loaded question. There was a lot of parts, so you need to make sure that when you're reading, you're getting all the parts. You're not just combining elephants and giraffes, but you're still doing the how many more. Okay, so we're getting a little bit tougher, guys. Then after you can save the questions for the end or do it first, it's up to you. But if you flip the page, there's two pictographs. Split it down the middle. Animals at the zoo's at the bottom. I'm going to do the pictograph at the bottom. I'm going to label it animals at the zoo. I flip the page. Look, there's two bar graphs. I'm just going to do the one right here. I'm going to title it animals at the zoo. If I label everything at the beginning, then I don't have to worry about it later on. And then look, a line plot. This one looks a little bit different, but same concept. Title, animals at the zoo. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to my information here. Now, you know what? I'm just gonna pull this page out. It's okay. And I'm gonna fold it so that I don't have to look at that and be confused. Here we go. Okay. And I'm actually just gonna put it right on top of that so that I don't have to worry about that either. So, animals at the zoo. My key. I've got some pretty big numbers. So do I want something to be 2 or do I want it to be 1? You have to think about that, okay? I am just going to do smiley faces for animals at the zoo, kind of like this lion face, but less detail. Okay, so my key is my lion equals 2 because I have to go all the way up to 22. That's my key. You can have a different key. Yours can be 2, 3, 4, up to you. Animal types, that's also categories. I need to write them in. Lions, giraffes, elephants, penguins, monkeys. Okay, and then I need to fill in the pictograph. Flip the page. Same information over here, but remember our categories go at the bottom. So here's lions, giraffes, elephants, penguins, monkeys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have an extra one, not a problem. But I also need to put the scale, which is amount. And do I want to count by twos? Does each box equal 2 or 4? I'm going to have it equal 2. So here's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 6, 20. I need to fill in my information. And then the last one is a line plot. So lions, fill in my other animals, 6 lions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Be careful because monkeys got to go 22. Now, that is your main job today, is doing animals at the zoo. Let me show you how I would do favorite seafood. Find that first page again. Okay, so this one's a little bit trickier because there's 2 sets of data for one category. So let me go through, and my pictograph is favorite seafood. And my categories, I'm still gonna do all of this the same. Filling in my other one, shrimp, lobster, tuna. But each one, like this one, I'm gonna kind of split in half here, okay? I'm gonna have each fish equal 1. So for salmon, I'm always gonna put the boys on top, girls on the bottom. So for boys, I have 7 fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fish, but then girls have 5. So I'm still in salmon here, boys and girls. So there's 5, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 7 boys, 5 girls. Salmon is their favorite. Okay, so you're splitting that space in half. That's why this is an if time, because it's a little trickier. Let me show you on a bar graph here. So this is favorite seafood. This in half here. Label it. Okay, now I'm still gonna put my categories here: salmon, catfish. But then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick 2 different colors. This might actually be a little easier. So I'm gonna make a little box equals, my orange is gonna equal girls, and green is going to equal boys. Okay, I need to do my numbers up the side. Let's just do a scale of 1, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is number of kids. Okay, so for salmon, now, if I'm doing 1 box here, remember I've got to split it in half, okay? So the boys, like 7 boys like salmon. So I have to go all the way up to 7, but I'm only going to use half. Okay, so I've got to keep it in the salmon column, 7 boys. And then girls, 5 girls. Okay, see how I did that? I'm still using 1 category here for salmon, but I did a double bar graph showing boys and girls. Then I'm going to go to catfish, 4 boys like catfish. Only using half, coloring that in. And then 9 girls, all the way up to 9 for girls. And color that in. Color is the easiest way to show a double bar graph, but that's kind of how you do that. And then for line plot. Similar thing, I'll probably just use different colors. So label it favorite seafood, salmon, catfish. You fill in the other categories. I'm going to do the same thing. A green X equals a boy, and an orange X equals a girl. So 7 boys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only use half of the salmon space. 5 girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's how you would do that. So best of luck, guys. For Stations of the Cross today, I'm going to do stations 1 through 7 today. And then on Thursday, we don't have any CRS lessons this week, so we will do 8 through 14 on Thursday, and then Good Friday, which we would normally do stations. You guys can do them along. There's a recording of the middle schoolers doing it. So here are stations 1 through 7. If you would like to follow along in your Stations of the Cross book, you most certainly can. And then here is our response. So go ahead and make sure you are sitting in a prayerful spot. Take a deep breath. Make sure you are calm and relaxed and ready to walk this journey with Jesus. Station 1, Jesus is condemned to death. We adore you, O Lord, and we bless you, for by this holy cross you have redeemed the world. What had Jesus done? He had come with stories and wisdom. He had come with healing and forgiveness. He had come to make people friends with God. But not everyone welcomed the things he said and the things he did. There were whispers and lies. There was anger and spite. Jesus was condemned to death. Dear God, keep me from anger and spite. Help me to love and forgive. Help me to follow Jesus. Station 2, Jesus is made to carry the cross. We adore you, O Lord, and we bless you, for by this holy cross you have redeemed the world. Jesus was condemned to a cruel death, to be nailed to a cross of wood. Soldiers loaded the cross onto his shoulders. Although he had done no wrong, he was ordered to carry his heavy load through the jeering crowd. Dear God, when I feel alone and troubles weigh me down like a heavy load, help me to know that I am walking with Jesus. Station 3, Jesus falls the first time under the cross. We adore you, O Lord, and we bless you, for by this holy cross you have redeemed the world. Jesus walked along the narrow streets of Jerusalem, struggling with the heavy cross. The pavement was rough beneath his feet. The guard hurried him without pity. He lost his footing and fell. Dear God, I try to follow Jesus, but sometimes I fail and fall. May I know in my heart that Jesus is always with me. Station 4, Jesus is met by his mother. We adore you, O Lord, and we bless you, for by this holy cross you have redeemed the world. Jesus' mother, Mary, was in Jerusalem, following her dear son as he walked to a death he did not deserve. A love of a mother is forever. Dear God, thank you for the great family of those who follow you, for they are family to us, and give us help and encouragement as we try to follow you. Station 5, Simon of Cyrene helps carry the cross. We adore you, O Lord, and we bless you, for by this holy cross you have redeemed the world. Jesus struggled once again with the cross. The guard grew impatient with his slowness. They saw a strongly built man coming in from the country, Simon of Cyrene. Here, you, carry the cross for the wretched prisoner, the soldiers commanded. So Simon did. Dear God, thank you for those whom we do not know, who help us with their greater strength when we are in need. Station 6, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. We adore you, O Lord, and we bless you, for by this holy cross you have redeemed the world. Jesus could barely see the way ahead. His eyes were clouded with sweat. He tried to wipe it away, but only smeared it with the dust from his hands. Then a woman stepped forward and gently wiped his face with a cloth. Dear God, we thank you for those who see the little ways in which to give help and support. Station 7. Jesus falls a second time. We adore you, O Lord, and we bless you, for by this holy cross you have redeemed the world. The guard urged Jesus forward, for his sentence had to be carried out without delay. But who can walk calmly to the place where there will be pain and punishment? Once again, Jesus fell. Dear God, I try to follow Jesus, but sometimes I grow fearful and discouraged. Help me to trust that in your care, all things will work out for the good. Thank you for joining me, guys, and we will start on Station 8 on Thursday. Have a great day. Welcome to Grammar Day. You need your packet, you need your checklist, and you need your book. So today is Grammar Day, so I'm going to open it up, and my checklist says that we are doing adverbs that compare, and I can open my Journeys book as a little preview here if you would like to follow along. So adjectives are used to describe nouns. They can also be used to compare. So adding ER to most adjectives to compare, adding EST when you are comparing more than two. Adverbs tell when, where, or how something happened. They describe a verb, and they can also be used to compare actions, also adding ER and EST. So an adjective is tall. Ben is tall. Ben is taller than Jack. I'm comparing Ben and Jack. And if I'm comparing Ben and all of the boys in his class, so more than just two, Ben is the tallest boy in class. For adverbs, Jen can jump high. If I'm comparing me and Jen, that's just two people, I can jump higher than Jen. And if I'm talking about all people, Cho can jump highest of all. So then if I'm looking at some examples down here, you can practice more. Let's just practice one. It says the blank whale swam ahead of the other whales. The large whale swam ahead of the other whales. The largest, the larger. Which one would I use? I would probably say the largest whale swam. Go ahead and practice the other three. What you are doing today in your packet is looking for the pages right here, 104 and 105. One page is adjectives that compare, the next is adverbs that compare, but you're doing the exact same thing. There's very few problems. So this one only has 4. So you are taking either the adjective or the adverb that's in parentheses and adding ER or EST to make the sentence complete. But you are thinking question, how many nouns are being compared? If you're just comparing two, tall, taller, high, higher, large, larger, you're just adding an ER. I am taller than CC. I can jump higher than CC. My hamburger is larger than CC's. But if I'm comparing more, like mine, Mr. Belinbin's, and CC's, Mr. Belinbin is the tallest in our family. Mr. Belinbin can jump the highest in our family. Mr. Belinbin's plate is the largest in our family. I'm comparing more than 2 people. So giving a quick example, monarch butterflies are quick than turtles. How many am I comparing? I see butterflies and turtles. That's just 2 things. So I'm going to use the ER category. Monarch butterflies are quicker than turtles. Looking at the next one, one book showed that the butterfly was bright than the flower it landed on. I see a butterfly and a flower. How many? How many? The long section in the book was about migration. I'm talking about sections in the book There's probably more than two. I'm talking about more than two. So EST. Same thing on this side, but with adverbs. You're looking at the one that's in the parentheses. I thought the whale swam fast than the dolphin. I see a whale and a dolphin. I'm only comparing two. Lee thought the dolphins swam the fast of all the animals. All the animals. That's definitely more than two. So I would probably use EST. So that's your first job, is your grammar. Then I'm going to look back, and if I can check off that I did my packet grammar, I'm going to go to vocabulary and context, 234 and 235. So here are all my vocabulary words from the week. We're on lesson 22 this week, and I see a lot of nonfiction words: migrate, survival, plenty, frightening, accidents, solid, chilly, landscape, thunderous, dramatic. Your job this week for grammar is vocabulary menu. So if I flip the page, here is your vocabulary menu, and there are 6 options that you can practice. Each one you're only going to practice, they're usually used for like one word, but I see 10 words. So you are going to practice all 10 words. So I've got migrate. How do I want to practice migrate? Do I want to do the Fryer model? Do I want to do a paint chip? Do I want to do a conversation, a foldable, a 2-in-1, or who am I? Okay, so I do first word, pick one. Second word, pick one. I can do, say, the Fryer model. I can do that for all 10, or I can do the Fryer model for some, a conversation for some, a foldable for some. And you're thinking, I don't know what those are, Mrs. Blimpin. Go ahead and read. This is a really good practice in independence. Read the directions and see which one sounds like something you would like to practice with. And that's your job for today. You're going to go ahead and write all those in your green spiral notebook.